A lot has been made in the community recently of Sean O'Malley and Ilia Topuria, right? And we're not here necessarily today to speak about that potential matchup. We're here to talk about, essentially, is Sean O'Malley the one we all know and love, you know, face tattooed Sean O'Malley, as you can see. Is his charisma what people seem to think it is? Is his star power potential as big as we think it is? Now, as a big Sean O'Malley fan, as a really big fan, there's been a lot recently of an interview came out with him today and Megan O'Leary that was filmed back in, I think it was October, November. I'm being stupid, I'm tired. And I want to say this. Since then, you know, his fight's been announced for March against Vera. It's a big fight, it's a fun fight. Maybe not necessarily who deserves the title shot, but I made a video on it previously. I think it's the perfect fight. If you're a champion and you've only lost to one person, defend the belt against them as a champion, it builds the most interest because you've lost to them before. However, Topuria has then come out saying that he's going to fight Conor next and stuff. And first of all, Ilia Topuria would never get anywhere near a Conor fight. I don't think Ilia is that big of a star whatsoever. He got knocked down by Jai Herbert brutally. And the only reason that is ignored is because he then brutally KO'd Jai Herbert, okay? I apologise if you guys can hear any background noise. It's Thailand. As you can imagine, there's a lot. But the point of this video is, as a big O'Malley fan, there's been times in the past, especially during the UFC press conference with Petr in October of 2022. I don't know necessarily if his potential is as big as people think it is, and that pains me to say because bear in mind I'm a massive fan of this guy. I predicted his KO against Aljamain Sterling perfectly. I was one of the only people in the world that knew he was going to win. Just styles make fights, and Aljamain Sterling on the feet I don't think poses that much of a threat at all when there's a threat of power and accuracy. We're not going to get into that anyway. I don't think he is that confident on the mic. And Tim Welch, Sean O'Malley's head coach, one of his best friends, talks on his podcast, the Red Hawk Recap, about Sean O'Malley. Yeah, man, you know, he froze up a little bit that day, and he speaks about Sean gets quite more nervous for the press conferences than he does for the actual fight. And it does show, you know, when I get with Sean Strickland, when Sean Strickland's going at and he was like, yeah, Sean, at least my dad didn't hurt me. You know, it's just like stuff like this. And I've always got the impression from O'Malley is he looks the part. He looks the tattoos, the face tattoos, the brutal KOs. That's what gives him the casual fan, oh, that's Sean O'Malley, yeah, that's Sugar Shane, man, that's Sugar Shane. That's perfect, that's what you need, that's incredible. And that's how he's built his brand. And bear in mind, the man's a millionaire, he gets a lot of impressions online because he's this character, he looks the part. And he's more of like this goofy, fun troll that can knock people out. He's not this massively outspoken individual, he's a really lovely guy. I was sitting listening to an interview and he was just so calm, talking about his little princess, talking about, yeah, you know, I go knock Cheeto out, da-da-da. He's not necessarily that exciting to listen to. He doesn't hype you up when he talks the way someone like McGregor would, and not many people do in the UFC now. Ian Gary's quite exciting to listen to. Obviously there's controversy around him now, but he is exciting to listen to. When you know, it's that brashness. Paddy Pimblett, I get quite excited to listen to an interview with him, because you don't know what he's going to come out with. But O'Malley's lovely. His charisma isn't necessarily through the roof. He's a very lovely, well-spoken guy. His performances, and I think the actual way he looks to the casual person would inspire some sort of like, oh right, okay, that's the colored hair kid who knocked people out. But in terms of, is he a bit shy? I think he's a bit shy, and I also think he freezes up a little bit when he has to speak and argue with people, and I think he's more of a goofy troll rather than a outspoken, courageous entity of a human, you know. And I love Sean O'Malley. He's probably my favorite fighter at the moment, just because I wish he was more active. Obviously, I knew when you come to the top of a division, you can't be as active as you were back in 2020, 2021. It's just not how it works, especially as a champion. You have to be a main event. You can only fight 2 times a year, 3 times, 4 times at most. O'Malley's performances, in my opinion, I'm worried about the Cheeto Vera performance, because I feel like if he doesn't go on and put in a I think he needs to knock Vera out, and you know, winning a decision is great, but it's not going to blow him up the way he needs to blow up. I think in the build-up to the Vera fight, we need to hear O'Malley come out with some cracker lines, some aggressive this and this and that, and I think then O'Malley knocks him out. Okay, there we go, pay-per-view points now, fantastic, that builds it. But I feel like if we go out and we get the kind of more like shy, not very charismatic O'Malley, it could be an issue. And I have, as a fan, it hurts me to say, but I do kind of worry about Sean O'Malley's charisma levels. He's goofy, he's very goofy, he's very funny. Like when you see him on his podcast, or when you see him in his vlogs, he does that, he goes, a lot, he goes, da, 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 like he's very goofy, he's very funny, and of course, the man is an incredible fighter, an incredible athlete, and he wants to be a superstar. Of course, you don't want to go away from being yourself to become a superstar, but maybe just allow yourself to be a bit more loud, a bit more out there. Oh, the coloured hair kid speaks, does he? The coloured haired kid has an opinion. Oh my God, the coloured hair. Instead of saying, you know, I think I put his lights out on the first round, say, I'm gonna march across the cage. He's gonna be hurting all over, and then he's gonna, you know. And I think it's an American thing, right? And this is. I don't think they have the. I know O'Malley's a smart guy. He's a multi-millionaire. He was a multi-millionaire before he became a champion, which he touched on in the interview with Megan O'Leary. If he would sit there and demand and say, I'm going to march across the cage, stare Vera in the face, and I'm going to hit him until he can't be hit anymore, or I'm going to hit him until he is. Just describe to the fans the brutality you're going to put on this man, instead of just saying, yeah, I'm going to put his lights out. Because then the fans are now thinking, oh my God, Sean O'Malley knocks people out. Sean O'Malley's now saying he's going to violently dispose of even a wording like that, I'm going to violently dispose of Marlon Vera. I'm going to put him in the ground. Stuff like this. People will hear that and be like, oh my God, I need to tune into Sean O'Malley's fight. He's meaning what he's saying. Because everyone knows who Sean is, but now it's the factor of, will they click on his pay-per-view? So I think if Sean O'Malley, this is how to make Sean O'Malley, to blow him up. This is how to blow Sean O'Malley up. Give me your opinions and thoughts, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Comment down below your thoughts. I would love to hear them. I love everyone who comments. I love everyone who likes the video, subscribes. We're en route. Now we've hit 1,000 subscribers, so I'm really excited for that. So the next goal is probably 2,000, so we're a while away from that, but I'd really appreciate it. And if you guys want to follow me on social medias, all the links are down below. I'm really working to improve the social medias as well. See you soon.